Imagine this. There's something so simple, so profound that 99% of men ignore it completely. And yet, when a man does it, it's like a switch flips in the minds of women. They can't help but notice. The crazy part is that most men will go their entire lives without even realizing they're missing this. This idea sounds small on the surface, but its impact reaches into confidence, attraction, self-respect, and the way a man carries himself in every room he enters. Are you one of them? If you're still watching, chances are you don't want to be. That alone already separates you from the majority, because awareness is always the first step toward change. Let me tell you a story. A man named Marcus, a regular guy like you and me, used to struggle with everything. He constantly worried about what people thought of him. He chased validation like it was the only thing keeping him alive. Every conversation, every interaction, every silence felt like a judgment on his worth. But no matter what he did, he felt invisible, especially to women. He tried harder, spoke louder, adjusted himself to fit expectations. Yet the harder he chased approval, the further it seemed to move away from him. One day, something clicked. Marcus stumbled upon a principle that changed everything. It wasn't a magic pill or some cheesy self-help hack. It wasn't about pretending to be confident or memorizing clever lines. It was something ancient, something powerful: Stoicism. This philosophy had existed for thousands of years, guiding warriors, leaders, and thinkers through chaos and uncertainty. You might think, what does Stoicism have to do with attraction or confidence? Well, stay with me because this is where the story gets interesting. Stoicism teaches one fundamental truth. Control what you can and let go of what you can't. Think about that for a second. Most men, they're slaves to their emotions. They get triggered, lash out, and make decisions they regret. Their mood rises and falls based on texts, opinions, and circumstances they cannot control. Women see this, they feel it, and let's be honest, it's not attractive. Emotional instability signals insecurity, even when a man means well. But the Stoic man, he's different. He doesn't react to chaos. He stays calm when others lose their heads, and that calm becomes his quiet power. Imagine being at a party. There's a loud argument in the corner. People are freaking out, voices are raised, tension fills the air. But you're composed, unshaken like a mountain in the middle of a storm. You observe instead of reacting. Trust me, women notice that. It's magnetic. Calm presence communicates strength without saying a word, and strength that doesn't need to announce itself is always noticed. Here's where it gets deeper. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Do you see the power in that? When you stop chasing validation and start living by your own values, something almost invisible but undeniable happens. You stop being desperate for attention. Instead, you become someone who commands respect. And it's not just about women. It's about your coworkers, your friends, your family, and your entire life. You start radiating this quiet confidence that people can't ignore because it comes from inner control, not external approval. But let's talk about the 99%. Most men are reactive. A rude comment, they snap back. A bad day, they drown in frustration. A small inconvenience ruins their mood for hours. But a Stoic man, he pauses. He creates space between the event and his response. He thinks, does this deserve my energy? And most of the time it doesn't. That pause is the secret. Women love a man who doesn't let the world control him, because it signals emotional maturity and strength under pressure. Now, don't get me wrong. Becoming Stoic doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It doesn't mean becoming cold or distant. It means mastering them. It means understanding your feelings without being ruled by them. It's about knowing when to act and when to let things go. It's about being unshakable in a world that constantly tries to shake you. Women admire this. They respect it because deep down they want a man who can handle life. Someone who doesn't crumble under stress. Someone who is a rock when everything else feels uncertain. Remember Marcus. He started practicing Stoicism daily. He focused on his actions, not others' opinions. He stopped chasing validation and started living for himself. He paid attention to his habits, his discipline, and his reactions. And guess what? People began to gravitate toward him. Women noticed him not because he was trying to impress them, but because he stopped trying. That's the paradox. When you stop seeking attention, you attract it effortlessly, because authenticity is far more powerful than performance. Now here's the hard truth. 99% of men won't take this seriously. They'll watch this video, nod along, feel motivated for a moment, and then go back to their old habits. Comfort is familiar, even when it's painful. But you're not like the rest. You're here because you want more. You want to stand out. You want to be the man women respect and admire. Not because you're loud or flashy, but because you're composed, confident, and in control of yourself. Here's your challenge. Start small. The next time life throws chaos at you, pause, breathe, ask yourself, does this deserve my reaction? Practice that moment of awareness again and again. Keep practicing that and watch how your life transforms, how your confidence stabilizes, and how people respond to you differently without you saying a word. And here's the final layer most men never hear about. Stoicism doesn't just change how others see you. It permanently changes how you see yourself. When you stop reacting to everything, you stop giving away your power. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself, justify your choices, or prove your worth. Your sense of identity becomes internal, stable, and grounded. That inner stability is what women respond to first, long before words, looks, or status. They sense it in how you move, how you listen, how you remain present even when things don't go your way. This is why the Stoic man feels rare. He isn't rushing to be liked. He isn't thrown off by silence. He isn't shaken by rejection or overly inflated by praise. He knows who he is, and because of that, his presence feels safe, solid, and masculine. Women don't feel pressure around him. They feel curiosity. They feel drawn in because his energy isn't needy or chaotic. It's centered. That centered energy creates polarity without effort. Over time, this way of living reshapes every area of your life. Your decisions become clearer. Your boundaries become stronger. Your words carry more weight because you don't waste them. People start listening when you speak because you don't speak just to fill space. And when you choose to give attention, it feels earned, not desperate. This is why Stoicism isn't about attraction tricks. It's about becoming a man who no longer needs tricks at all. So as you move forward, remember this. You don't need to control the world. You only need to control yourself. The moment you truly understand that, everything shifts. The noise fades, the pressure lifts. And what remains is a calm strength that very few men ever develop. That is the switch. That is what 99% ignore. And that is why the 1% stand out without trying. Carry this with you. Practice it quietly. Let your actions speak. And when life tests you, as it always will, meet it with composure instead of reaction. Because the man who masters himself never has to chase respect, attraction, or purpose. They find him. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to be part of the 1%, then don't just watch this video, live it. Apply it in real moments, in real conversations, in real pressure. And before you go, hit that like button and subscribe. Not because I'm asking you to, but because every time you do, you're taking one more step toward mastering yourself. This isn't just another video. This is your wake-up call. Are you ready to answer it?